laptop runs on battery, and so does my Wi-Fi hotspot, so I can still do videos sitting here in my long johns. This lantern right here runs on the 1-pound cylinders. That one up there I have hooked up to a 20-pound cylinder. And that 20-pound cylinder is the one on the left. The one on the right, that one runs the oven and the cooktop. The lantern in here, that runs on the 1-pound cylinders. And I have an extra 20-pound cylinder back here, and I've got a whole bunch of the 1-pounders, so I don't care if the power doesn't come on the whole time I'm up here. I don't have any lanterns out here in the outhouse, but if the power does go out like this, and I needed them going, if there's a bunch of people up here and it's night, I do have the candles. I'm sure the power will come on pretty soon, but just for instances like this is why I have this whole bin full of magazines, just for something to do when you don't have the internet. Looking at this here, we've got a solid 6 inches of snow on the ground here, and it's still snowing out pretty hard. Look at how beautiful that is. Well, I just talked to Melissa on her 25-minute ride to work. The truck's been running out there. I have to shut off all the lights so you'd save gas now. It's not like I usually do and just leave them on. I'll go sweep off the truck a little bit. Let's go drive the loop. It's got to look just beautiful going down those roads. Like we have a tree down across the road there. I can see this is going to take a while. that's the spot right there that, remember last time I was up here, I cleared that so I could park down here by my far stand, and I have more of those reflective tacks on those trees, but you can see how that snow just hangs on them and covers them up. Closest radio station to the tent is about 50 or 60 miles away, and I was listening to it this morning, and then the power went out, and now I have it on in my truck, and the power, or the radio station, is not on. So power must be dead in this whole northeast area of Minnesota. I have just been cutting tree after tree after tree. I haven't been filming all of it, but this one I just walked up to. This one has to be done by chainsaw. This is a big tree that snapped right off. Too big anyway for my handsaw. Well, that ate up almost a half hour of time. That was not a dead tree, that was a live tree that snapped off. It's funny, when I was driving up here, I was about 20 minutes into my trip, and they had a windstorm up here last week. And my dad called me and he said, "Did you throw in your chainsaw?" And I says, "No, I'm not gonna need the chainsaw." And then I started thinking, well, it would really suck if I come up here and I couldn't get in on the road. So I turned around and went back to 20 minutes, got my chainsaw, and threw it in the back of my truck. I'm pretty glad that I did. Alright, well, we made it past this part, but now I have to loop all the way around and come at it from the other way. See if anything is down over there. They haven't even plowed the tar roads yet. Use the chainsaw on that one too. Oh, look at the size of that one. I've been out doing this for almost 2 hours now. I'm coming up the tent driveway. This is the second tree I have to cut in the tent driveway, and we already drove through here. Somewhere along that trip, my windshield cracked all the way across. Well, I made it back to the tent. Power is still not on. I am soaked from the crotch down. My arms are soaked. I'm going to get out of these clothes and put on some dry ones. I have to keep my camera batteries charged up, as well as my cell phone, which I mean I can do all of it in my truck, but it's nice when it's right here. This battery pack here, Melissa bought me for Christmas last year, or I don't know, a couple years ago, whenever. And this thing works awesome. You can charge your phone. It lasts a real long time, so I'm going to make sure this is charged up too.
About what prospect is in front of us, especially given that we're all judgmental.
I've had this pot of water on here all morning trying to get some humidity in the tent. It's awfully dry in here. But I don't have a microwave, and I want to heat up. I bought some pre-made chicken yesterday. That's what I had for supper because it was too late. I didn't want to cook. So I could use my other oven, but I might as well just let this heat up and use this for my microwave and heat that chicken up. Well, just before I came up here, I finished a batch of jerky, and I've been wanting to make a trail mix for years that I can put some jerky in there also, just to try it. And I brought everything up, so I'm actually going to do a batch and see if the jerky adds to it or not. Well, I have 1 cup of jerky cut up, and I'll wait till after lunch to do the rest, but it should be kind of fun to try. Well, it's 12:58 and the power just popped back on. Let's go drive the loop one more time and see if they plowed the main road. Oh, look at all the trees that are down again. Oh. Maybe I don't want to do this. Let somebody else. This is the driveway. I have to clear this, but the other road, let somebody else do it. Okay, those are out of there. I'm trying to do any of this without getting soaking wet again. Nobody else has driven on this road here since I was here. I see another one up here that fell down. This one is halfway plowed. I went around that corner. See, about 200 yards up farther there was another big tree down, and going this way in, it's at least, it's over 2 miles to the tent. I'm not doing it right now. Won't do it in two-wheel drive. Now that the power's back on, I'm going to recharge this battery. I mean, it's been a while since I actually charged this one. Quite a few showers went through it. That's not too bad. It's still just below 75%. Alright, now let's see if we can make any good trail mix. 1 cup of that. 2 cups of peanuts. 1 cup of almonds. 2 cups of raisins, 1 cup of cashews. I'm going to start with 2 cups of M&Ms. That's what the recipe said, but I added the almonds and the cashews and the jerky. About another half a cup of M&Ms on it. It's snowing like crazy again. Now let's just take a random handful out of here and see what we end up with. I see we got a couple things of jerky in there, M&Ms, some raisins. Could almost be some more raisins in there. This trail mix here, it is really good. I eat a lot of different kinds of trail mix, and I am the type that likes the nuts and the chocolate. I don't want anything spicy in there. I don't want anything weird. The raisins I don't mind because they get salty from the nuts. And I do like to have quite a bit of the chocolate in there. mixed in with the nuts. Now with the jerky, you can't have it any bigger than a 1/4 inch piece because everything in a trail mix is easy to bite through. The M&M, the peanut, any nuts, whatever. The raisin is the stuff that has the most amount of friction when you're biting. The jerky has more. So if it's a bigger piece, you're trying to chew and all of a sudden you get this bigger piece of jerky. So you may, when I do it next time, I'll make sure that nothing is bigger than a 1/4 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'll just eat this, and the kids can eat it when they're up here too or whatever, and I'll just kind of tweak it and see. But for right now, I'll write down what I did here, and then after this bunch is done, if I want to change it a little bit, I can. These are all just recipes that we've tried up here. I think mainly Sarah and I, we used to do a lot of this kind of stuff. KFC biscuits, pancakes, bannock. I think that one is McDonald's biscuits. And now we have trail mix. Well, I am officially bored, so I do have a pair of rain pants in my duffel bag, so I think I'm going to put them on in my boots and let's run over to that new area of Zachary's and let's pull that one trail camera, bring it back here and see if anything was on it in the last week. There still hasn't been anybody else that drove through here. I'm never going to make it one trip without a new tree being over the road. This is why I didn't. I was planning on walking all the way back to that far stand. I don't even know if you'll be able to get back there with all the trees that would have fell over that that trail, but you'd have been soaking wet. I mean, look at this mess. It sure is beautiful to look at, though. We've had a solid 8 inches, maybe 10 inches that have fell here. I gotta try to remember. I think it was right by this curved tree here. There it is. We just came through here 10 minutes ago. Come on. When I walked over here, this is right on the other side of this tree. That's where, I remember last week when I was up here, we went back to the tripod stand. This is right where you enter in. And the deer like to follow that trail you walk in on. And look at this. Fresh deer tracks that come out of this side. And we went right in towards that tripod stand. Okay, let's try again. I think I'm going to drive up here. It's just a little ways, and let's run in and switch the SD card out of the camera that's by Sarah's stand. If I don't do it now, I probably won't get it done. Well, the new SD card is in there. I think it's all set up. I moved the ice and stuff off the lens. See what happens. Well, this is the one that came from Zachary's area that he's interested in. Here I am when I'm leaving on the 20th. 24th at 12:42. and right after, so 2 deer came through that area. So they are running up that line. And then here I am today getting the camera. So not bad. So here's the one at Sarah's. There I am when I dropped off the camera. Well, there's a doe, and there's a fawn and a fawn.